Hey everyone, welcome back to Pabbly, and this video is about how to use automation in inventory management. So here we have taken the example of pharmaceutical business to manage the inventory of medicines and drugs. So as we all know that every medicine has an expiration date, and after that expiration date you cannot sell or consume those medicines. So many pharma business owners have to spend hours and hours of time on regular basis to check which stock of medicine is going to be expired and need to be replaced. So it kills their productivity and make them less efficient, and sometimes they have to suffer losses as well. So what is the solution? Guys, the only effective solution for this kind of inventory in which products are getting expired is automation. So here let me show you how this automation that we are about to set up is going to help you in this. So here we have taken the example of Google Sheets application to manage the data of the inventory. So here you are entering the details of the medicines and the expiration dates. So as and when the expiration date of any medicine is going to arrive, the status of the expiration date is going to change to expired automatically. So as and when the date arrives of the expiry of any medicine, in front of the name of that medicine, the status of that expiration is going to be converted into expired. Okay, so you can directly see in your Google Sheet which medicine is expiring on which date, and you can replace it or you can take the necessary action. So and all this process is going to happen automatically. You do not need to do anything manually here. Okay, and to make this happen, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation tool. And guys, the best part of setting up this automation is that you will not require any kind of coding skills or programming knowledge. So anyone can set up this automation very easily. So now let's set up this automation together. So guys, the first step to set up this automation is to log in into your Pabbly Connect account. So guys, for this you can check the link that we have pasted in the description for you, from where you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes, and that will give you 100 free automation tasks for every new month. Okay, and after signing up, you can sign in here and reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect here like this. And on this page, you have to start working by creating a workflow. So to create a workflow, you just have to click here on this create workflow button like this. And here you have to give a suitable name to your workflow. So let me fill the name here. So here I have given the name to this workflow as auto update medicine inventory status in Google Sheets as expired. Okay, so here you can click on create button and you can see your workflow getting created here like this. And on this page, guys, you will find these two things, the trigger and the action. So this automation is going to work on these two things. So the trigger is the happening of any event which is going to trigger this workflow, and the action is the response to the trigger. So in our case, the trigger would be any upcoming expiry date of any medicine, and the action to that trigger would be to change the status of the inventory of any medicine to expired. Okay, so first of all you have to set up this trigger here. So from this choose app field, I'm going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect which is called scheduler. So here we are choosing scheduler because we are scheduling this workflow to run on daily basis or at any particular interval of time as you want. So after choosing scheduler here, it will ask you how often you want to run your workflow. Okay, so from here you can choose at regular intervals, or you can choose once, or I'm choosing here every day. So I want that this workflow should run every day. And check my Google Sheet. Here is my Google Sheet. I can show you. This is a spreadsheet I have created to enter the data of the inventory I have. So these are the name of the medicines, these are the types, and these are the expiry dates. So our workflow is going to run on everyday basis and check whose medicine's expiry date is arriving. And if our automation find out that today is the date of any medicine's expiry date, the status is going to be changed like this automatically to expired. Okay, so this is how you'll get to know that this medicine is expired today. Okay, right? So that's why we have chosen scheduler and make the workflow to run on everyday basis. So here you can choose the time also at which you want to run this workflow. So you have to put this time in UTC format, which is universally converted time format, guys, and it lags behind Indian Standard Time. So I'm working in India, so Indian Standard UTC lags behind IST by 5 hours and 30 minutes. So let's say I want to put here 9 a.m. morning. I have to put here 3:30. Okay, so I have subtracted 5 hours and 30 minutes from 9, so it becomes this. Now you can click on save. Okay, now we have scheduled the workflow to run. Now what I want to do, I want to check that if so as this workflow is going to run, it is going to check that if any medicine is expiring today or not. Okay, on the day on which this workflow is running, it is going to check if any medicine is expiring today or not. So for this, here you have to fetch the details of the current date, okay, or the date on which this workflow is running. So here you have to choose a module by Pabbly which is called datetime formatter. So type datetime formatter here. This is it. And here in the action events, you have to select current date option. So you have to scroll down here. Okay. And you will find this current date option. So it will retrieve the current date. Okay. Then click on connect. Okay. And you can choose the format of this date. So here I'm using the format to enter the expiry date as MMDD5I. So this is the day, sorry, this is the month, this is the date, and this is the year. So you have to choose this same format here, that is MMDD5I. Okay. And if you want to, so we do not want to include any time in this response. So we just want a date. So I'm clicking on save and send test request now. And it will give you this current date. So today's date is this 19th of February. Okay. Now, after fetching this date, this workflow or this automation is going to check if this same date is on my Google Sheet or not. Okay, so if this date matches with any expiry date of this spreadsheet, then the status in front of that expiry date is going to be changed like this. Okay, so here you have to click on this plus icon, and now we are going to connect our Google Sheet and we are going to look up for this date in our Google Sheet. Okay, so first of all, type here Google Sheets, select it, and in the action event, I'm going to use Lookup feature by Pabbly. Okay, here you can see Lookup spreadsheet rows option, select it, then click on connect, and from here select add new connection, then click on connect with Google Sheets. And here it will ask for the Google account by which you have created that sheet. So select that account. Okay, like this. Then give the additional access required. Click on continue. Right. And you can see the authorization is successful and we are going to be connected like this. Right. So here it is asking for the spreadsheet's name and the sheet's name. So when you click on this select spreadsheet field, it will give you the options, the list of all the spreadsheets that you have created in your Google Sheet application. So here is the spreadsheet I am using. The name is medicine stock. Okay. So you have to search for this spreadsheet from here. This is medicine stock. Okay. Select this. And now it is asking for the sheet's name. So here we have only one sheet named as medicine. So it is selected automatically here. Okay, and now it is asking for the lookup column. So here you have to enter the column in which you want to find out something. So lookup module will allow you to look up or search for any particular string of values in your spreadsheet. Okay, so here I want to search for this date, that the date we have fetched in the previous step. I want to search for this date in my spreadsheet. Okay, and if this date exists in this spreadsheet, this means that the expiration date of any medicine has arrived. Okay, and if this condition matches true, if this date fetched out from our spreadsheet, we are going to change the status of the inventory. Okay, so first of all, let's search for this date. Okay, and where we want to search for this date, we want to search for this date in this C column right here. Okay, so you have to put this C column here in this lookup column option. So here you just have to put C. Okay, Here you can see the example, search columns example as A, B, A, B. Okay, so you can pass multiple comma separated columns. So if you want to search this date in multiple columns, you can put commas here. For now, we are using just C column, so I have put here C. Now in the lookup value, I am going to map this date that we have fetched in the previous step. This date, this label, date time, okay? So to map this label here, you just have to click here on this lookup value option and you will find this date time formatters tab in this drop down, and from here click on date time and the date will be mapped. Okay, so why we are mapping this date? So when you map the date like this, what will happen in real time, whenever any date is going to arrive, this date, the current date is going to change automatically every day. Okay, so this date is going to change every day because we have fetched the current date. So as this date is going to change, here the data is going to change and a new date is going to be searched by this workflow in your spreadsheet, and it will search the expiration date correctly. Okay. So that's why we have mapped this date here. Now it is asking include headers in the response, so we do not want to include headers. Headers has this titles only, so you can make it false. And sort value, so from where you want to want this workflow to sorting out the date, so you can search from the top of the column or from the bottom of the column. So I am selecting top of the column here. Okay, now let's check by clicking on save and send test request that if this date exists in our sheet or not. So I have clicked on save and send test request here. So here you can see it is showing data not found. So this means I think there is no date present in our spreadsheet which is matching today's date. Okay, so let me check. So we have this 19th of February 2022 here, and we have the same date here, but it is not showing up here in this lookup value. So let me check what can be the reason. Okay, so actually you can see in this previous tab, guys, where we have fetched the current date, we have chosen the format of this date as mm-dd-yyyy, but the date format we have here in our spreadsheet is 02/19/2022. So you have to make this format exactly the same here in this basic format. So you have to change this format here. So here you can see we have this format also, mm/dd/yyyy. So select this slash pattern, and now let me click on save and send test request again, and it will give you this slash pattern current dates. Okay, and now let me map this again here in this lookup value. So I'm choosing the date again from the current date. Okay, now let me click on save and send test request again, and let's see what happens. Okay, and now you can see in the response it has showing us that one result found here, and this is the expiry date, this is the row, and it is showing us all the data of that row. You can see the name of the tablet as well, and the row index as well, second row, and the expiry date is here. So current date is matching with today's date. Oh, sorry. Current date is matching with the expiry date. This means we need to change the status of inventory now to expired like this. Okay. So to make this happen, I'm going to connect Google Sheet again. So click here on this plus icon. Okay. And before connecting Google Sheet, you have to use another feature of Pabbly which is called iterator. Okay. So what iterator is going to do, and before connecting iterator, you have to do one thing more. In this previous step in which you have in which you have used the lookup feature by Pabbly, you have to toggle this simple response button to off here, and you have to fetch the response in advanced format here. Click on save and send test request. Okay, and now it will show you this response result label in which you will find out the row values here like this. So it is showing us this expiry date which is matching with the current date, okay, in this array of data format. Now in the next step, apply iterator, and you have to choose this array from this choose array field. Okay, so let me choose iterator again, And here in this choose array field, it will show you this Google Sheets tab, and here you will find this response result array, and this is the same array which you have fetched here in this response in the previous tab. Okay, so it is showing here in this tab. So choose this response result array, then click on save and send test request, and it will show you this data here. This is the data of that row in which you have the expiry date. Okay, so the second row it is, and here you can see it is showing us the name of the medicine, the tablet, the expiry date. Okay, and it is showing the status value as blank. Okay, so what iterator will do, iterator will make this workflow run row by row up to the end of the rows you have in your spreadsheet. So it is going to check our medicines row by row, and it will run for every row, and it will ensure that if any expiry date arrives and matches with the current date, then change the status of that medicine as expired. That's why we have applied the iterator. Okay, now I want to change the status of this medicine here, this Corflam medicine, to expired. For that you need to connect your Google Sheet again. So I have clicked on the plus icon again, and in this actions tab select Google Sheets, and now you have to select the action event as update row. Okay, so you will find the update row option here. This is the update row, so select it, then click on connect, and from here select. So now you can select existing connection option also, because you have already connected with your spreadsheet in the previous step. So just click on save here using existing connection. Okay, so you'll be connected like this, and now you have to choose your spreadsheet again, which is medicine stock, like this, and the sheet also. And now it is asking for the row index, so you have to enter the row index to be updated, example 3, 2, 1 or anything. So guys, you will find the row index in this previous step. You can see in which we have applied the iterator, it is showing us this row index label here. Okay, so you just have to map this row index here in this step. Okay, so that every time this workflow is going to run for every row, for each row, this row index is going to change automatically, and the workflow will continue, keep on updating your rows. Okay, so from this row index, when you click here, you will find all the previous steps here, and from this iterator step, map the row index label. This one is here, map it. Okay, and now it is asking for the medicine's name. So here you need to map the data from iterator, and in the last status step you have to enter the status as expired manually. Okay, and you can map all the things as it is, or you can leave these things blank also, because we have already this type of data present here already. Okay, so you just need to enter the status as expired. Now let me click on save and send test request, and you will see that the status here is going to be changed to expired. Let me show you. So I'm clicking here on save and send test request, and you can see this is the response we have received in the response section. Now let me show you the spreadsheet, and you can see the status is changed to expired automatically. So this is how it is going to work in real time, guys. And you have to make this, you have to set up this automation and make these connections and map the data only once. After that, you don't have to do anything manually here. You don't even have to look the workflow again. After that, as and when the expiry date of any medicines arrives, the status is going to change to expired automatically, and you will get to know which medicine is expiring, and you can do the next necessary things. Okay, so now let me give you a quick recap what we have done here in this workflow. So first of all, I have applied a scheduler to make this workflow run on everyday basis. Then I have applied datetime formatter to fetch out the current date in the same format as the dates we have in our spreadsheet. Okay, then I used lookup spreadsheet rows option. By connecting Google Sheets, I have taken the action event as lookup spreadsheet rows to look up or to search for the current date we have in our spreadsheet, and it has find out that yes, we have the current date matching with the expiry date. And then we applied iterator to make this workflow run for every row and for every medicine. Okay, and then we connected Google Sheets again to update the rows, and we mapped the data accordingly. And here I've put the status as expired, and we have seen that the connection was working fine. And guys, the good part is you can use this same workflow that I've just created, because I'm going to paste the link of this same workflow in the description so that you can clone it in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly. Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.